Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from thousands of successful individuals from around the world. I'm your host, Ashutosh Garg, and today I'm delighted to welcome a very, very accomplished young individual from the US, Mr. Nestor Limas. Nestor, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Nestor is the founding president of FitNest. He's building a fitness startup utilizing blockchain technology. Nestor is also a former soccer player, having played in Medellin, Colombia, and Envigado FC. So, Nestor, before we get into FitNest, tell me about your own amazing journey and some of your learnings and your from your failures.
Totally. So there's a quote I love to live by. I believe John Maxwell said it that I can talk to you a day about my successes and I can talk to you for a week about my failures.
Uh-huh.
I'm a big believer that your failures form you into who you are today. And the amount of things I've learned in my journey is endless. I can go on and on.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the top things that I would say I learned amongst, being a professional athlete into forming to be an entrepreneur into building fitness is the amount of resilience, consistency, and hard, tough skin you need to have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's always also another saying I like to live by. It's you are either being served the plate or you are serving the plate.
Well
So it's
said.
one of the two. So I always live by that saying because on the field, if if you're not performing at the top level, you're going to be called out and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get replaced. So I live by that as well here. If you're not performing at the top level, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in business, anything, you're going to get replaced. So I had to learn that the hard way in a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And also your network, network.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately didn't come up from a good upbringing. I came from a little bit a different style of upbringing, let's call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to do a lot of things on my own, but by no means am I self-made. I don't believe in self-made. I believe you are the sum of your five closest friends. People who say they're self-made haven't made much
Mm-hmm.
because you're being influenced by everybody. I'm being influenced by you right now. I'm probably going to learn a
Mm-hmm.
couple things by you asking me some questions.
Thank you. So,
And
as a professional soccer player, what have been some of your learnings from playing in these top level teams?
that again, hard skin, tough skin you need to have because if you, coming from a soccer background, so if you make like a bad pass, especially in Colombia, they will
Mhm.
scold you, your mother, your family, your dog, everything. They will come at you, and you
Uh,
can't take it personally because they want the best out of you. So the
correct.
same kind of thing in life. If somebody comes at you, you can't be taking it personally. You have to take it from a standpoint of what are they trying to show me? Maybe like they're not articulating it the right way. And this is something else I believe is that people only react to you in the form that they've been taught through life. So it's
Mhm.
not their fault that they're reacting to you in a um, bad manner or a
Mhm.
good manner. It's just
Yeah.
how they were raised through their life. So you
Mhm.
really can't get mad at them for that. But take what they're saying, digest it, and be like, what are
Mhm.
they saying exactly? And is this something I can improve on, or are they just speaking, out of hot air kind of thing?
Mhm. Mhm. Very interesting. Uh, and when I was reading about you, you also mentioned that you are planning to be one of 30 under 30 in the next couple of years. Tell me a little bit about this drive that you have and how do you plan to get there?
Yeah, so this is a big accomplishment I would love to achieve. So this is also new news that I did reach and be selected for the top 100 individuals to look out for
Wow.
2023. So I'm very excited
Congratulations.
for that.
Mhm.
Thank you. And the way I'm going to be trying to hit 30 under 30 is by not focusing on it and just letting it happen when it happens. I have faith.
Mhm.
I believe, everything in God's name, God's will happen. But at the same time, just really focus on delivering the best brand fitness could ever be
Mhm.
and really making an impact in the fitness industry.
Mhm.
Focusing more on the impact, focusing more on delivering a quality business rather than anything else, I believe will help me a lot when it comes time. I'm currently 27, so
Yeah.
my clock's ticking.
But you, on the other hand, you've got more than 12% of your time left, you know.
True.
So, 3 years and 27 is a lot of time. So I'm sure you'll
Yeah.
get there, and I'll watch out for you, certainly.
Thank you. I
I'll
appreciate
be
it.
looking for the 30 under 30, 3 years from now. Good luck.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
so, Nestor, when you tell me a little bit about FitNest and how are you building uh, the fitness business, and what are you disrupting?
Yeah. So FitNest. Um, FitNest is a unique brand. It's obviously a fitness business, hence the name. But we are going to be one of the first fitness business to implement and utilize blockchain technology.
Mhm.
Um, Again, I live by a lot of quotes and sayings, and that's how I build a lot of things I do. I'm a
Mhm.
big believer that if you want to have a certain lifestyle you want to live, design that lifestyle in your brain, write it down, and then work backwards. So I did
Mhm.
that same exact concept. I designed the best fitness brand I could possibly think of and
Mhm.
worked backwards. And
Mhm.
then the first thing that was on the list was blockchain, meaning that like how to utilize it in the fitness industry because no one has done it yet.
Mhm.
So what we're doing is we're implementing NFTs, we're implementing blockchain security, blockchain payments,
Mhm.
the whole 9 yards, changing subscription models, changing how people interact with fitness and overall, and actually potentially make some income off of certain products. So, for example, we're going to be having a gym,
Mhm.
hopefully in Dubai and in Tampa,
Mhm.
where if you hold a FitNest NFT, you'll be able to rent out your NFT as a day pass and make commission off of every time your day pass is rented out.
Wow. Mhm.
So, and on top of that, we also have some security things that we're going to be doing in there. So basically, if you signed up at my gym, the
Mhm.
gym is not going to have a key card. It's not going to have one of those QR codes. It's just going to be a NFT that's going to be deployed onto your phone
Mhm.
and on the smart contract. So the smart contract is what is the code behind the NFT in the blockchain to recognize it. Is
Mhm.
going to have all the medical information, the waivers, everything. So it's basically also storing information a lot faster and taking payments a lot quicker because when you go into a gym,
Mhm.
you just want to go there, work out, and if you like it, you want to sign up. You don't want to be sitting there trying to be sold and signing your life away with this paper, pulling out your license here and your address here, like, oh wait, where do I live? Or oh wait, which credit card should I use? No, it's
Mhm.
boom, connected to your bank account. You just click buy, all done, everything signed, and you're acknowledged that you're signing everything through the blockchain. Extremely, extremely efficient. And then that's the blockchain side. And then the real life, real world, I'm going to, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to sweep everybody out of the water with my
Absolutely.
brand.
And you must, and you must. But again, tell me, one is the use of blockchain technology, where, I mean, you're going to be using NFTs and give access to people who have NFT access or who hold NFTs in your gyms in different places. But you also speak about bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 for
Yeah. So
fitness. Help me understand this.
yes, totally. So when I use the word Web3, it entitles to blockchain, NFTs,
Yeah.
crypto, that whole side of the world,
Mm.
the new way of doing business online,
Mm.
the new kind of commerce. Whereas
Yeah.
Web2 is the regular traditional e-commerce kind of thing, transactions with real life money.
Mm.
So with bridging the gap is helping other brands
Mm.
see what I'm doing and be like, oh, I can do this too. Let me put it into my business. I can
Mm.
do this because we also
Mm.
have an app. We also have clothing line. We have also a supplement. So we're in different arenas within the same niche. So it's implementing all this stuff into my business so that other
Mm.
competitors can see, oh, wow, like it's very possible to utilize these things in our
Mm.
business and still be profitable and still
Mm.
be amongst the top cutting edge. By no means, and again, I said I'm trying to sweep everybody out of the water. It's kind of a joke in a way,
Mhm.
but at the same time, like I'm also here to help.
Yeah.
I want fitness to evolve and expand into the amazing industry it's going to be in the next 5 years, and I
Mm.
would love to be a pioneer when it comes to blockchain. So,
Fascinating.
yeah,
Fascinating. And it's often been said of America that it is one of the fittest countries in the world, and it is also one of the unfittest countries, if there's a word like that, in the world, because of there are two very different sets of people, one who are very, very conscious and one who are not. Like there is like the case in every other country. How does one determine what is the right fitness regime for a person?
That's a good question. So, I feel like this is where the media, the propaganda of things just influence people's decisions on
Hmm.
trying to figure out what's good for me.
Hmm.
And it's very simple.
Hmm.
Everything is good for you. Everything's when it comes to working out, like any kind of workout style you're going to do is going to be right for you.
Hmm.
It's just the moment in your life, is it right for you at that moment in time? So, for
Hmm.
example, if you're a runner, you're going to have maybe a different kind of style of workout versus someone who's not running at that moment in time.
Hmm.
But 9 times out of 10, all my clients train the same, which is strength training, 6 to 8 reps, 4 sets, and just pushing heavy, heavy weight,
Hmm.
obviously in a safe way, progressing safely.
Hmm.
Because that's the name of the game is lifting weights. It's
Correct.
not lifting lighter weights
Hmm.
and pushing iron. There's so many different analogies of expressions of what the gym is.
Hmm.
So it's just by doing the basic compound movements is what I call them. So compound movements is multi-joint action
Hmm.
movements. By just doing those focus on almost all your whole entire body
Hmm.
and slowly progressing in the weight. I say about 5 to 2.5 pounds bi-weekly safely. If you can't do it 1 week or 1 month, that's fine, but
Hmm.
just progress, lift heavy, stick to a simple routine. Don't make it overcomplicated.
Hmm.
If you're a male and you're pushing heavy weights, you'll get to your results. If you're a female and you're lifting heavy weights, you'll get to your results.
Hmm. And what about now the age differences? Today everyone's conscious about their fitness. So there are people who are, the boomers generation like me, and then there are the people who are the Gen Zs like you, and there are lots of people in between. How do they determine what is right for them?
Um, Again, this is where, TikTok and all these other places just kind of influence individuals' mindsets.
Hmm.
Um, there's the only difference between someone like yourself and someone that's a lot younger than me or in between is just age and the
Hmm.
ability of testosterone or the amount of certain hormones left in your body to
Hmm.
push a certain amount of weight.
Hmm.
Now, again, it comes down to on you specifically on what you want to accomplish with your life. Do you want to be shredded or do you just want to be healthy? Do you want to look a little bit bigger? Do you want to, lose a little weight? Like, what is your goal?
Hmm.
And just lift according to that. Now, here's the thing. The gym is only 20% of your results. It's
Hmm.
80% is built in the kitchen, meaning what
Hmm.
you're eating constantly.
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct. And that is an interesting segue to my next question, which is how important is nutrition in our fitness, and how does one determine what are my right nutrition needs?
Yeah. So nutrition is everything. It's
Hmm.
100% everything. If for being injured as an athlete, all I would do is make sure my diet was on point, so I wouldn't gain the extra fat and weight I would have
Hmm.
when I'm injured. And same thing with like off season of not like maybe taking like a week off from working out. I watch what I eat. I don't overindulge. But to figure out what the best routine for you is
Hmm.
again, what your lifestyle is wanting to be.
Hmm.
Fitness is not a it's very you can very sometimes it's a one-stop shop and then sometimes it's not where you can
Hmm.
customize it to your own needs. So for
Hmm.
example, if somebody's allergic to fish, then don't eat fish
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
you'll die. That would be
Yep.
unfortunate. Wouldn't want
Yep.
that. But if you're someone who can eat fish and don't like fish, then that's
Hmm.
fine.
Hmm.
Eat the foods that you can eat, but eat in healthy measurements because
Hmm.
like there's so many trainers out there that think they're dietitians and I know, but I don't 100% speak on it because I'm not legally able to.
Yeah.
But it's due to the question, I just say stick to an 80-20 rule. If you're just a regular person who has regular goals and just wants to look healthy and then indulge on the weekend,
Hmm.
80-20 rule. 80% of the week, eat healthy, clean. Um, and then 20%, indulge for the weekends. So people who are listening, if you want to know your macronutrients, 1 gram of carb is 4 calories, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, and 1 gram of protein is 4 calories.
Wow.
And then figure out your macronutrients and then live off that. So, for example, my macronutrients, since I'm bulking right now,
Mm.
is about 350 grams of carbs a day, around 200 grams of protein, and around 60 grams of fat. And I try to hit those numbers every day. And when I'm cutting, I bring those numbers down. So therefore, I try to hit those numbers, and I just eat what I need to eat in that number time frame. Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've learned something new from you today, on how you are able to analyze every little segment of what you eat. Nestor, you also mentioned, when I was reading about you, is that a fit body can help our physical, spiritual, and mental fitness.
Yeah.
Um, Help me understand each of these three.
So people think mind, body, and soul are separate. Like they're separate things to work on. Like, oh, all right,
Mm,
I'm gonna go to the gym and work on my body now. All right, I'm gonna go, go to church and or meditate and work on my spiritual side. I'm gonna practice self-help and self-discipline in my mental side. No, it all goes hand in hand. Like it's all connected. Your mind, your body, your soul.
mm,
It's all synced together. If one of it's off, all of it's off.
mm,
Meaning, if your mind is not there, your training sessions aren't going to be good. Your energy and your spirit is not going to be good. If your energy and spirit aren't good, your workouts aren't going to be good. Your mind is going to be gone.
mm,
And if your workouts aren't good, your mind's not going to be good, and your spirit energy is not going to be good. So, how do
mm,
you keep all those in tune and in sync? Is by just focusing on the good things in life, because
mm,
there will be a bad day that comes. So enjoy the times and moments that you're just living. If you're stuck in traffic, look outside and enjoy the sun,
mm,
enjoy the rays, enjoy the fresh air, because there's no reason to get bent out of shape for something that's no need to be.
mm,
So when people go to the gym and they say, I'm just focusing on my gym side right now, it's like, no, like you went to the gym, so you're disciplining yourself.
mm,
Finish this set, finish this rep, finish your session, and show yourself you're disciplined enough to go to the gym, finish your workout, and that's going to make you more mentally strong. Now,
mm,
recovery too, if you're someone who wants to recover fast, take ice bath. That will mentally toughen you the heck up. It
mm,
really will. And then with spiritual side of things, your energy is just overall going to improve. And then
mm,
obviously there's certain spiritual practices you can do, like meditation, and get more in tune with your body. But when you're working out, there's this thing called mind to muscle. So if you're doing like a bicep curl, you want to concentrate your mind to your biceps. So therefore you can feel the contraction, you can feel the blood flowing there, you can feel the muscle working out.
mm,
Same thing with meditation. Meditation, when you meditate, you calm down, you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth to feel your body and feel where you're tense. So it's that mind to muscle, that mind to body connection also
mm,
happens in the gym. It is very therapeutic. It's its own spiritual practice of its own. And
mm.
it comes all together. So if one thing's off sync, all of it's off sync. You have to be in line with it all.
Amazing. Thank you. What a great response.
Mhm.
I have time for two more questions. My next question to you, Nestor, is that there's a lot of discussion on the need to add supplements in our diet. And people often say that if I'm eating my food right and if I'm eating all my nutrients in my food okay, why do I need supplements? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, eating food is the best way to get your sources of vitamins and things like that. But when I'm break it down quick, when it comes to carbs, protein, and fats, yeah, your food is enough.
Mm,
If you want a protein shake, go for it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kill you. Is it needed?
mm,
Not really. It's a bunch
mm,
of BS sometimes, even though I'm about to make
mhm.
one.
Okay. Okay.
um, it's you don't really need it all that much, but it's a good way to get some extra protein in case you're a busy individual who doesn't have time to
Mm,
eat all day long, or like eat big meals or something. Like you want to get some extra protein in. Fine, cool, protein shake.
mm, mm,
But to take all these extra supplements is not really needed. A multivitamin, I would always say, is very much needed because we
mm,
don't live on a farm, so we don't get our nutrients 100%.
mm,
Half of our food is washed away with the nutrients through the preservatives that they put in there in the supermarkets.
mm,
If I go to a farm and eat an apple, I'll feel fine. But if I need an apple from a grocery store, my mouth starts itching. So it's
mm,
like multivitamins for sure. That's the
mm,
only supplement I would recommend,
Hmm.
just because eating, sleeping right, and doing your right things in your right regimens should be enough for you if
Hmm.
you're taking care of your body the right way.
Fascinating. And my last question to Nestor, and this is for the many, many people who will listen to our conversation. Based on your own amazing journey as a sports person and everything that you're doing in the world of fitness, what would you say are three lessons you want our viewers and listeners to take away?
3 lessons. I like this one. All right. Lesson number 1.
Hmm.
Life's short and enjoy the moments and memories you have with people
Hmm.
you cherish, whether they're friends, family, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Hmm.
Number 2, this is your life. Take advantage of it.
Hmm.
You only live once, do the best you can out of it.
Hmm.
And lesson 3, 9 times out of 10, situations or problems are in your head rather than actually real.
Wonderful. And on that note, and your three amazing lessons, life is short, enjoy whatever you're doing. This is your life, take full advantage of it. And 9 times out of 10, the problem is actually in your head. Thank you, Nestor, for speaking to me. Thank you for talking to me about your amazing journey as a soccer player and all your learnings from soccer and how you're bringing that into your business. Thank you for talking to me about the fitness industry and how you will, to use, I can't remember the exact word, but how you're going to wipe away the entire competition. And I sincerely hope you will do that. Thank you for talking to me about fitness and a little bit of your thoughts on nutrition. Um, Thank you also for your wonderful lessons. And I look forward to seeing you in the 30 under 30. Good luck
Thank
and
you.
all the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Brand Called You.